Hello and welcome to the City of Rockville's Conversations in Rockville podcast. In this podcast, we'll discuss things happening in and around the city, including city initiatives, programs, events, and services available in our great community. The Conversations in Rockville podcast is available on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Today, we're excited to be joined in the studio by Rockville's Chief of Environmental Management, Erica Shingara. In recognition of Women's History Month, we're talking about this year's theme, Women Shaping a Sustainable Future, and the work that's happening right here in Rockville to protect our environment and build a sustainable future. Welcome to the show, Erica.
Thank you, Kathy.
Well, I know this is a topic close and near and dear to your heart, and the fact that it's Women's History Month. Can you talk about the role that women are playing in environmental leadership?
Well, at the local level, Rockville has so many amazing women playing important leadership roles. They support sustainability and environmental community. We have engineers, inspectors for environmental compliance and construction management. We have program managers in stormwater and horticulture, forestry, planning and policy experts, education and outreach specialists, and naturalists at the Croydon Creek Nature Center. We also have women in supportive roles, which are so important, like even in the back channels of finance, IT, and you in communications and community engagement. You all play an important role in sustainability. But last but not least, Rockville's elected officials have been important champions. Since my time here for 16 years, there have been 4 different women elected as mayor. I've had the honor of saying Madam Mayor Monday nights for 16 years, and that's really special, and each of them have left their mark on Rockville's environmental programs.
And so are you, 16 years, over a decade. That's phenomenal. Why don't you give us just a little bit of background how the program has evolved since you got here 16 years ago?
I started as the sustainability coordinator for the city of Rockville about 16 years ago. And that position was mostly focused on creating green building codes for development and working with the community planning and development team to craft those codes. And we created a green building tax credit to spur market environments. And then since then, the program has really grown. When the chief of environmental management retired, I became chief. And since then, we adopted the climate action plan. We expanded our stormwater management programs and included more inspections. We branched into the drinking water portion for inspecting for cross-connection control. We expanded our recycling and refuse operations. We included software management. All of our trucks have iPads and mobile tracking devices so that we can see when our trucks are in your neighborhood, if they've already managed a collection, if there was a problem. We do take a picture, and we know if you left it out or not before 8 a.m.
Okay.
That was really helpful during COVID because it was really challenging during COVID to try to manage those essential services. So incorporating technology has been helpful. We're looking forward for asset management. So all of those 1,000 ponds that we have to maintain and to keep track of them, looking at software to doing that. We have different plans, and we've actually, instead of having a plan on the shelf, we've been really, with the Results Rockville reporting framework, actually implementing them. The mayor and council want us to see how these plans are functioning. If it's a capital improvement program or an operating cost, we're reporting on that and reporting metrics so that you can see how we're doing and helping the community. We've expanded grants. I can't remember. I think we have over $1 million in grants for all of our programs to support them, and we're trying to leverage outside funding whenever we can. We've also expanded partnerships. We have a great partnership with the Chesapeake Bay Trust that helps with our rainscapes and flood mitigation program, and we provide grants, small watershed grants to communities to help with sustainability out in the community. The Green Bank, Montgomery County Green Bank, is just in Rockville too. So we try to work with different partners to leverage all those connections to help members of our communities. Those are some of the key elements of how it's expanded.
And that is awesome. It sounds like you've done a lot of work in over a decade, and I'm sure you got plenty more to do. Now, for any young woman that wants to get in this field, what advice can you give her? Like, how does she even start, to even go down this path?
I would say find your passions and what you're interested in. Are you interested in the field? Are you interested in policy? Are you interested in advocacy? There's so many different roles to play. So figure out learn about your local community, find your superpowers, and try to find where they align.
Now, can we talk a little bit about what your role is here in the city? I mean, come on, the title says a lot. Chief of Environmental Management. That sounds like a big responsibility in this space. Can you just explain a little more about that?
It's a big responsibility, but there's a team of over 40 people that are making it all happen.
Amazing.
So there are staff in recycling and refuse collections. There's a whole team for stormwater management activities to make sure we comply with the Clean Water Act. There's a team for a cross-connection control program to make sure that we comply with the Safe Drinking Water Act. And we have the sustainability and energy and climate team to look at our policies and programs and work with members of the community to look at our municipal operations and our community operations.
I know now this is a little bit off script, but I know that here in the city, we have those lights that if you're not moving, they dim. That was part of one of your team's initiatives as well, right?
It is. Over the last year, we had a huge LED facility upgrade where we leveraged funds from the Maryland Energy Administration and PEPCO, and we retrofitted over 1,000 lights.
Yes.
Using over $180,000 worth of grant funding for that, which will then save energy and operating costs.
See, this is the type of position that saves money and the environment. That's a good combination. Can you talk a little bit more about your position as the Chief Environmental Management here in Rockville? Like, you have to cover so many different areas because environmental is not a straight line. It's different things. Can you talk a little bit more about your position and how basically you're organizing our efforts?
We are, and no 2 days are the same. Sometimes there's some surprises. So I think our team is really special in Rockville because we interact with almost every single property in Rockville. From our refuse and recycling collections, we serve more than 14,400 homes each week. We come to your house three different times for collections at least. So
That's right.
Our sediment erosion control inspector inspects every single construction site for compliance with sediment and erosion control permits. Our stormwater inspectors, they oversee over 1,000 public and private stormwater facilities. So like in the rains last week to make sure that they're all functioning and protecting our community. We have an environmental compliance inspector that looks at over 330 food service establishments and about 800 commercial properties to make sure that pollution isn't going into our storm drains or our sanitary sewer. We have a backflow inspector that looks over 1,000 commercial properties to protect our potable drinking water. And then we manage CIP projects, which are capital improvement programs, planning our solar installations, our electric vehicle charging infrastructure, our energy efficiency upgrades that you have pointed out, and also our community. We have a lot of community outreach events and thinking through plans and policies that guide all of that.
That's amazing, and that is a lot to handle, and your team does it beautifully. I know one of the biggest initiatives was the Rockville Climate Action Plan. I know it has like over, 40 actions?
42 actions.
42!
And 7 we're monitoring.
Oh, my.
And then we're reporting on them, and next month we'll be coming out with our annual report. So there's a great dashboard to see where we're doing, how we're doing with all of them, and reports to the mayor and council and the communities to hold us accountable.
I know, just to give you guys a little exclusive here, our show on Rockville 11, Conversations with the Mayor and Council, one of the topic for our next episode is the Flood Resiliency Master Plan, and one of the actions of the Climate Action Plan, native plants and trees. So we are really diving into environmental and sustainability for this Women's History Month. So that is great. For those who are interested in more about Rockville's Climate Action Plan, you can head to rockvillemd.gov/climate. Rockville's newly redesigned website is your digital door to the city. Now, rockvillemd.gov makes it faster and easier to connect with your local government. It's mobile friendly, simple to navigate, and built with accessibility in mind. Need to find something quickly? The new AI-powered search helps you get to where you need to go in seconds. Whether it's paying a water bill, checking out a city park, or catching up on the latest news, It's all right there, easy to find and easy to use. So go ahead, walk through your digital door and visit rockvillemd.gov and see what's new today. So this is Women's History Month, and just to pick your brain a little, can you name a woman in history that you admire?
Eleanor Roosevelt, she transformed the role of First Lady to advocate for civil rights, women's rights, and social welfare.
That is a great person, and is there a woman in your life that you admire?
I have an aunt. She's my fun aunt, but she's
Oh,
also fiercely independent and caring. She was a single mom and raised a son while working 2 to 3 jobs. She just turned 79 and she lives independently. She mows acres of grass. She shovels the snow to walk her dog. She accompanies her friends to their doctor's appointments. And she even binges Bridgerton till 1 a.m. when
oh,
it's released while working on
okay,
quilts.
Auntie. That's me and you together,
Yes.
binging together, Auntie. I see you. That is so cute. I love it. Can you tell me a book by a female author that everyone should read?
Sometimes I've tried to read a few history books for perspective, especially during tumultuous times. I don't like boring and dry books. There's a women author, Doris Kearns Goodwin. She's an extensive researcher, and she can weave in juicy stories, kind of like combining the History Channel with TMZ
Oh,
entertainment.
wait a minute. Hold on now. Repeat that book because I need to see that.
She's written No Ordinary Time, again, by Franklin and Delano Roosevelt during World War II. And she also wrote The Team of Rivals about Lincoln's cabinet. So during those times of history, it's nice to look back and have perspective and so help us look forward.
That is great. Can you tell me the best piece of advice you received from another woman?
Find your people, find your tribe, surround yourself with a supportive network of mentors and peers to help you personally and professionally.
Those are good. That's some good advice. Tell me one thing people are often misunderstand about environmental work.
I think there's a myth that environmental protection always comes at an economic cost. If done right, you can align and reduce costs in the long term and reduce costs for energy, create new markets, and avoid costly pollution and other degradation.
And what is a favorite plant to grow?
Ooh, it's like choosing my favorite child. Today I'm enjoying my Lenten roses because they pop up after winter and they're a sign of spring. But during the summer, I have to have tomato and basil because they're so yummy together.
Yes,
All
they
these
are.
things.
I'm coming to your house, okay? What's your favorite way to celebrate Women's History Month?
Having this conversation with you, you
Thank
certainly
you.
made me think.
Okay, I appreciate that. And what's a message you would give to young women who want to lead environmental efforts in their communities?
Learn about what's going on at the local level. Keep on learning because it changes rapidly, and figure out what your interests are and your superpowers and try to make those align.
And lastly, one takeaway you hope listeners get from this episode.
Just that there are so many smart, talented, and amazing women playing leadership roles at the city of Rockville, and I'm very fortunate to work with them. So thank you.
That is awesome. Good job, Erica. These little rapid fire questions you did well with. Rockville, your voice matters. Take some time and complete the Community Budget Priorities Survey. Head to rockvillemd.gov/budget. Your responses are valuable input to help the mayor and council make decisions on city projects, services, and initiatives that may be included in the city budget. Do good by your neighborhood by letting us know what you care about. So head to rockvillemd.gov/budget right now. The survey is in English, Spanish, and simplified Chinese. So let's rise together, Rockville, because your voice matters. So let's continue the conversation. What are some of the top sustainable initiatives or environmental priorities is the city working on right now that residents should know about?
Well, we're finishing up the contract for our first solar installation at Lincoln Park Community Center. So we're hoping to have that installed within the next few months, and that's exciting. As we mentioned, we just did LED lighting upgrades at city facilities, but we've also been working on LED lighting upgrades at our streetlights. We're finished the first and second phases, and we're working on phase 3, and then we will have all city streetlights upgraded to LED by hopefully the end of the this next fiscal year.
That's fancy. That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah. And we're also looking at our fleet. So we have a sustainable fleet strategy, and we have 25 battery electric, 2 plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, and 8 hybrids that are already in our fleet. You'll see our inspectors driving in the streets with non-polluting vehicles. Yeah. We're deploying charging infrastructure. You might have seen some at City Hall.
It's right out here at City Hall, yes.
We have fleet charging, and we also have public charging. So we're looking at different ways to, of course, charge our fleet vehicles, whether it be at our Rockville maintenance facility. We're planning 6 Taft Court. We have a charger at the police station, but also looking to get government grants to help supplement the public charging. Oh, okay. You may have seen Thomas Farm Community Center has a fast charger. That was one of our initiatives, Maddie Stepanek Park, and there's some right-of-way charging. And we have a slew of others charging installations being planned through a partnership with Montgomery County. Other things, we just heard, and this is hot off the press.
So hold on now. I'm going to stop you because we got to make sure the listeners are taking a pause because you're going to get some exclusive here. Erica's going to tell us something exclusive. Go, Erica.
The Maryland Energy Administration has announced awards for over $450,000 for energy efficiency upgrades at City Hall and our Swim and Fitness Center. So we're excited about taking advantage of those programs and saving energy and reducing emissions. We are also, as you said, the Flood Resiliency Master Plan. We launched the community engagement. We're doing flooding modeling analysis, and we'll be coming back to the community once we have some assessments there. We're planning our green space management plan. We're working on the scope and trying to get a contract, and that'll be taking us through the next year or two. So there's lots. Oh, and we just adopted our EV readiness plan, and we're implementing that. So,
and as if that wasn't enough, it just keeps going and going, and we love it. We love it.
We're busy.
Yes, and all the work is showing. And, you know, residents and people that live in this community love it for those who care about the environment. And that is so awesome, everything you said. But I know that, like, some of our viewing audience, the residents, our listening audience, and the residents, they want to know how they can support all those initiatives that you have. It's a lot, right? You can't do it by yourself. Yeah, you got a team, and they are spot on, and they are all that. However, there's something that the people that live here can do to help you. What is that?
There's many ways for the community to get involved. If you have time each month, we have a Rockville Environment Commission. There are 9 appointed members by the mayor and council. They meet monthly and help advise the mayor and council on environmental initiatives. I believe we have vacancies, so come and join us.
So that's your opportunity, people, your civic engagement. She just gave you a way in.
We have more. If you can't dedicate that much time, we also have committees. So the Environment Commission has a Watersheds Committee, an Energy Committee, and a Climate Action Committee. So if you have a few hours each month, you can volunteer on those. If you like to be out in the field and doing service, we have our great Weed Warrior program. Yes. If you want to get in our parks and remove non-native invasive species, there's tons of opportunities to get involved. You can also earn student service learning hours for those students. We have adopt-a-stream programs to clean up our streams that you can volunteer. And if you only have like a second, you can take time to participate in the city's budget surveys. Yes. They're online, they're easy, and you can also register to receive our Environment and Sustainability e-newsletter. So you can find out what all the programs we're going and just keep informed.
And all that information can be found at our new digital door, rockvillemd.gov. Go ahead and go through there, open each door, even into the environmental management. You can get all that information there. But one big thing that's happening, Earth Month. And I definitely know that you and your team got some things that are going to be happening. What do you guys have planned?
So Earth Month is kind of a misnomer because it's actually events in March, April, and May because we can't fit it all in one month. But,
okay, well,
so there's
hold on.
lots of great things.
I'm going to stop you, Erica. Say that again, because see.
There's events in March, April, and May.
Okay,
ways to get involved.
There you go. You heard it here first. Earth Month is Earth Months with an S.
So one of the things, the city waives permit fees for green projects in April. So if you're thinking about installing solar panels, electric vehicle charging stations, or energy-efficient heating and cooling systems such as the heat pumps, it is a little more economical because there's no permit fees.
Oh, okay. So they can save
money.
Yes. Yeah, I know I like to save a dime or two, so that's great.
There's also outdoor events. Look for Weed Warrior, Pull for the Planet in April and May. We have a Climate Solution speaker series on April 16th to learn about Maryland Native Plant Guide. It's a new guide, and you can select the right plants for your property. We have a solar session on May 1st. The Creighton Creek Nature Center has their native plant sale on May 3rd. And we're excited to offer the sale of composting. So the private contractor that takes our food scraps from our composting program, they're packaging that up, and you can use that in your garden. And that can be purchased for sale at registration through March 27th, but you can pick that up at the Native Plant Sale. And we also have for families the Spring Festival and Kids to Parks Day on Saturday, May 16th at the Nature Center. So there's something for everyone.
It sure is. And you know what? Don't worry, everybody. If you don't want to press rewind and get everything and try to write it down real quick, I tell you where you can find it. You already know what I'm going to say. The new digital door. RockvilleMD.gov/Earth Month. All that information is there, so you'll be able to find everything you need to know about Earth Month and how you can participate. Erica, you have given us so much, and we are so glad to spotlight and honor you as our leader in the environmental space here and sustainability here in Rockville. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me today.
Rockville is working toward a more sustainable future, and Erica and her team are doing everything they can to make sure it's a success. And you can learn more about Rockville's environmental initiatives at rockvillemd.gov/climate. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in into this episode of Conversations in Rockville. Until next time, I'm Kathy Dantzler, Director of Communications and Community Engagement. Thanks for listening. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by guests on the City of Rockville's Conversations and Podcasts are their own and do not represent the views, thoughts, or opinions of the City of Rockville or its elected officials. The material and information shared during these podcasts are for general informational purposes only and do not imply endorsement or opposition to any individual, group, organization, product, or service. These podcasts are intellectual property of the City of Rockville and cannot be used or repurposed without permission.